What you guys are going to be doing, do you remember a couple days before we took the test, when we did the text in the middle up on the smart board, and then I had you guys do one, where you had the story problem, and then you answered questions, and then you made a plan, and then you solved it?
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're going to be doing today, except for we're doing it in groups, and then we're going to rotate. Okay, so one thing at a time. First of all, could the person in Zach's seat take the manila envelope and take the big piece of paper out of it that has all the writing? Remember, work with your teammates. Pick out the important information. When we're making our plan, that box that's second to the last on the right-hand side, should we be writing our plan with just numbers and no explanations? No, your plan needs to be words. Tell me what those numbers represent. Okay? Don't just say, I will add 3 and 3 and get 6. Okay? It's a story problem. What's behind those numbers? All right? So get started on that.
How many pigs you can buy, and you have enough money to buy a flock of chickens.
There's 100%, yeah, that's the end goal.
How about what questions you have? Well, no.
Story problems always seem to be difficult for a lot of students. Who can tell me why story problems always seem to be difficult? Like, what's the reason? Jonathan?
Because like the numbers are like hidden inside of the story, so you kind of have to read it a few times to really understand what they're asking.
Awesome. Why else do story problems seem intimidating?
You have to kind of like create your own way to solve it.
You gotta create your own way to solve it.
Really big, bigger.
Pretty good.
1.25 is this, right? So that's 1.25. But then the length of the picture is 8 inches. So we gotta add 1.25.
You check your answer, right? Plug it back in, and what did you notice right away? We were wrong. You were wrong, so what did you start doing? I saw you guys start figuring out, like that's not figured it out. So what was wrong with what you did before?
Well, we divided by 3.
And there was only 2 spaces, right? The picture would have helped, correct?
Yeah.
And that's what they did, they fixed it with a picture. Good job. Erase board, marker, eraser, put those on over there.
Text in the middle is a really great strategy to use with story problems. It really helps the kids to break them apart and think about the story problems and not just start to solve them, but to make a plan to solve them. A lot of times in math classes, students go right into picking out the numbers and making an equation, and this helps them to recognize what the numbers in the equation actually represent. It helps them to solve verbal models, and then they really understand the problem a lot more.